I can't really hear you. You're wild.
Oh, I'm not talking. That's fine.
Oh, so I guess let's see. We're live now. So let's see. So you remember some of my original ideas? They were animes that deserved another season or anime
Yeah.
reboots that should have or should not have happened.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I tried pulling up the document you sent me earlier, and it did not exist, so it wouldn't pull up for me.
Oh,
Which is weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Um, let's see. Um, let's see. Can I share the screen here? Oh, no. So anime reboots that should have or should not have happened. So you're familiar with the Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Please say yes. They
Yeah.
rebooted it in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have watched both. And I don't know if you have. Have you seen the animation for it?
No, hold on. Okay. Let me just Google Sailor Moon. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard there.
Oh, no worries.
Is that the Sailor Moon Crystal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen the animation for it. I haven't gotten around to watching any of it.
Yeah. So right off the bat with the Sailor Moon, the animation was so different that it was kind of hard because like they went from being normal middle school kids and they're looking like normal people to all of a sudden they're like 10 feet of legs and like 15 feet of
Yeah,
arms.
I think that's why I haven't watched it, because it's so different from the Sailor Moon I grew up with, that it's
Yeah,
like they went from looking
real people or
like
people.
middle schoolers, like middle school animation,
Yeah.
to like, okay, why do you look like you're 25 years old in middle school? What the hell is going on? Sorry for the
Well,
language. All right, my bad.
um, but like, I mean, she did have that little pen that she could be like, yeah, I want to be this person. Hello, Drew. Um, so yeah, she did have that pen that she could transform into different characters, but now it's like she's drawn so much older
Yeah.
and the animation and like so the new Sailor Moon, when I looked at it after I had watched it, it didn't feel because I watched it a few years ago, it didn't feel complete because all of the Sailor Scouts backstories were almost non-existent. They took out a lot of the backstories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Sailor Jupiter had like a very tragic kind of sad backstory from the
Yeah.
original, and they took out like everybody's backstory.
Of course I did.
Like, and it just they cut it down to like 3 seasons, where I think the original was like, the original anime ran from like uh,
Sailor
they
Moon
had
TV
200
series.
episodes for the original season or for the original series.
Yeah. Damn.
But they cut it down hugely. So like out of reboots, they should have just left the original and not the DIC dub, because the DIC dub was terrible. Because I was learning recently the DIC dub, the one that we grew up in the 90s, where it was like Serena and Darian, that
Yeah.
was the DIC dub, and they had everything just wrong. Like, so when DIC dropped their ownership to the dubbing, someone else took over, and it was more accurate to the Japanese version, where it went from calling her Meatball Head, which over here in Canada is meatballs are more of a common thing, whereas in Japan with the new dubs and even the new series, it's Bunhead, like the steam buns,
Yeah.
which makes more sense.
It really does. Yeah.
So the new dub and the reboot only makes good sense in that way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, people should not be drawn to look like they're 10 feet tall with just their legs.
No, they shouldn't. Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of want to pull up. Here we go. Sailor Moon versus Sailor Moon Crystal. I want to see. I should have cleaned my desk off completely for this. I'm gonna knock everything over. Anyways. Okay. Biggest changes from the original. I want to see different animation style. They're gonna compare it. Oh my god.
Right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
What?
it's wild. It's not even the same Sailor Moon that we grew up with.
No, I sent it to you on Discord, by the way.
Okay.
It's so
Yeah.
different.
It's
What is this?
but apparently, it is the newer one is more accurate to how the manga was drawn. Because like I guess they were writing the manga at the same time that they were making the original.
Yeah.
So which would account for all the backstories and filler. But I mean, it was so iconic. But like, yeah, that was a huge difference. Although the look of the eyes, I wish I could do screen sharing, but the look of the eyes is just, it's so much nicer though. Like that was well done.
Yeah, true.
Like
And
some,
then you get
sorry.
this.
Yeah, like some of
Oh,
some of
man.
the newer animation, some of it was really nice. Some of it was just kind of like way too out there.
Yeah.
But Sailor Moon is iconic. She is
Yeah.
queen.
And it is
Usagi.
this. It's like I guess they actually included like Sailor Neptune and Pluto, is it?
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
relationship?
Yeah, because back in the 90s, because being gay was something that was kind of like,
Yeah.
you don't talk about it. But they
Mhm.
were more open with that in 2014 with Neptune and Uranus. And like it was a beautiful, beautiful story. The two of them are so cute. And even when you go back and rewatch the original, like they play it off that they're cousins.
Yeah, the original English dub. Yeah.
Yeah. But just super, super cute. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of nice to see that when they rebooted it, because they hit a lot of stuff like that in the originals. We're just
Yeah.
kind of I lost my train of thought. In the originals, they were just kind of like, yeah, we won't go on that because it was the 90s.
Yeah.
Let's see. D Sully said, oh, D Sully, I remember seeing it and thinking they tried to Barbieize them, the Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is I can't find any Sailor Moon Barbies. And that's what my little one wants right now.
Oh, jeez.
They're so hard to find.
Not
I
even
could
the
probably
older one?
eBay the original Sailor Moon dolls, but but yeah, like, did you know they also rebooted Digimon this year or last year?
No, say it ain't
Yeah.
so.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
They
Oh,
rebooted it.
no. Just leave it be. It was great just as it was. Why would you reboot it? At least it looks similar to the original, but still, oh my god. I grew up on Digimon. Digimon was like my favorite thing ever, so.
Digimon is always great. Like,
yes.
We've watched the original with the little one. Like, I guess the animation is kind of better. It's better. It looks crisper.
Yeah, it looks updated. It's still very similar, unlike the Sailor Moon Crystal, where it looks so much different. This looks very similar, just more, I guess, computer generated. Doesn't have the harsh anime lines like the original did.
So like, I'm sending it. I'll put it in the chat here, the link. what I'm looking at here, comparing the old versus the new, this picture here. So comparing the old versus new, their styles are just more to fit modern age. Although, was Izzy always wearing sandals and socks? Were they always sandals and socks?
I think so. I think Izzy's always been a dork.
God love him. He was crucial to the movie. Without Izzy, like the whole world would have ended.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100% socks and sandals are the way to go when adventuring.
Yes, absolutely.
But like,
oh no, he wore sneakers in the original.
Oh yeah, they definitely have to be sneakers. So they upgraded him to look like socks and sandals.
Oh.
But like, the one thing that I like is that they took off everybody's gloves except for Tai. Because that was one thing I never understood. Why are they all wearing gloves?
Yeah, almost all of them were wearing gloves. It was definitely weird. Mimi still having gloves would have made sense though with her outfit.
Yeah, and well, considering her personality.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like that they made her hat white.
it doesn't suit her personality.
No, they took it from the blush pink to white.
Oh, and they actually gave her cowboy boots this time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still pretty good. I'm happy that they fixed
Candace?
TK's hat. Yes?
This is Anna. I'm sorry to step in here. The Twitch is there are people watching it, but they are not able to see or hear you. It's like a multiple voice layer thing. Is it all right if I add them to the Zoom chat? They will only be able to chat. They will not be able to have video or audio. Is that okay? Because they're not able to see it on Twitch. I've restarted it twice, but is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. If that doesn't work, I'm going to give them the link so they can join the chat that way. Okay, sorry about that.
I'll see if I can
yeah, because I'm loading it on our collaboration convention Twitch, and it's just freezing up when it goes. It says buffering problems. I'm not sure what that is about, but I will try it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to drop the link in the chat.
All right, let's see.
If you're getting buffering problems, then it's probably Twitch itself.
Yeah, Twitch can be finicky.
It can be very, very finicky.
Let's see.
What's the Candice, can you send me the link to the Twitch in Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to look at it myself real quick. Okay. Thanks.
Not a problem.
Let's see what's going on. It's offline now.
We could probably also stream it on Facebook.
We could, yeah, if she wants to do that.
Did that work?
Do we have more people in chat?
Oh, looks like we're live again.
Okay.
I know last night when we were streaming with Carl, it was I was watching and playing games at the same time. But yeah, it looks like everything's freezing here.
Yeah, it's all frozen up.
Oh no, we could probably
Anna here. I'm just going to drop the link in the Twitch account. They can join, but they will not have video or audio, just so you guys know.
Okay.
Sounds good. Candice knows what she's talking about with all the animes. I'm just on Google pulling everything up, like trying to keep up. So she can answer all the questions or voice all the questions and we can answer them that way.
Like, discovering some of the old animes that we grew up with are getting reboots is kind of great though. It's
You know
both
what I
great
wish
and
got a
sad.
reboot? I wish Reboot got a reboot.
Oh, you know what? My biological dad says the same. He says
Really?
the same. Oh yeah, yeah. I can remember when I lived with him, he did watch it when I lived with him for the short time. But yeah, he's always talked about it. And it was one of the shows he was like, it must have a reboot because now CG is amazing. So
Yeah,
it could
would
look
be
almost realistic.
amazing.
Like
It would be so good.
like that show was made at such a time when like CG was new. It was something that they weren't touching on. And now it's like, well, we could do it. I mean, they've
Yeah.
rebooted worse stuff before.
Yeah, they really have. And like it
Like-
was originally made in 1994.
Yeah. Yeah, like it wouldn't be anything to reboot it.
But if they reboot with good CG, then what can I compare the terrible CG to? I don't want to be like, oh, this is like old reboot.
You might have to be.
That was the
Oh.
epitome of terrible looking CG, but it was amazing at the same time.
Yeah, for the time it came out, it was
It was-
absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, time has changed. So now we look back on it and we're like, oh my God, that was horrible. But like
Yeah.
at the
But
time,
you-
it was like so realistic.
Yeah, and you get the nostalgia glasses in there as well because it was such a good show.
Oh yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. Just the story and all that, and like character development, and it was great. And then yeah, you throw the horrible CG on top of that, and it kind of kills it a little bit. But overall, it was really great.
Oh yeah, like it's definitely a show that would be interesting to see redone now because they could put so much detail into the characters. Because like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, that would be just amazing. Like
So good.
that would just be great.
This is a
Like-
Canadian. Sorry, the Netflix licensing for this doesn't make any sense for me.
No.
No, the first time episodes debuted on Netflix worldwide, excluding Canada.
Oh
on
well,
March
that's
30th,
unfortunate.
2019. The country of origin is Canada for the show.
Pardon?
The country of origin is Canada for the show. It's a Canadian animation.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
So why wouldn't we get it? It was our show.
It makes no sense at all. Anyways, sorry, I just saw that on the Wikipedia.
That oh my God. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like
Yeah.
that could be so well done. Like, I mean, we have so many graphic design schools and graphic animation schools in Canada. Why don't we like maybe the original creators didn't want it to be rebooted because they would have to have the authorization.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it was Chorus that it was done under. I just remember that super bouncy logo.
I can't remember.
Original network is YTV. Distributor. Shaw Communications. Jeez. Production companies: Mainframe Entertainment, Alliance Communications, Shaw Communications, and Alliance Atlantis. Distributor was Hit Entertainment in Europe and in Cluster Television. I remember that weird bouncy logo as well.
So then
Oh,
again,
it-
I think almost everything on YTV had that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
YTV is not what it is or isn't what it used to be.
No, definitely not. No.
Like, I can't believe it ran for 4 seasons. Back when seasons were 24 episodes.
Yeah.
Or like, no. This one was shorter, but I mean, Yeah, back in the 90s, it seemed like every show had 24 episodes a year. Now we're lucky if we get 12.
Really? Jeez.
Like, did you watch the new Voltron?
I haven't watched any Voltron at all.
No?
No. Hold on. Okay. Google. Voltron show.
I never actually watched the original. I have Googled. I've Googled some scenes from the original. But like there's always people who preferred the original over the reboot.
Yeah.
Like
You're also always gonna get those people. They prefer the original over the reboot.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But
am
I
one of
mean-
them with certain shows, but
I normally am, but there's definitely things that I would like to see done better. Like
Yeah.
Fruits Basket reboot was kind of great. Like the reboot for Fruits Basket, the animation just so much nicer, and they did the whole series, which was
Yeah.
amazing. I still have to.
I've seen stills from a couple of the episodes compared to
Oh, they're
the
so
older
beautiful.
episodes. And I'm like, I have to watch this at some
It's
point.
so beautiful. It's just
I have to.
it's done so well because like
Yeah.
the original it looked like the images of the characters lacked details. That makes sense.
No, it makes
Like-
sense. It does.
They put in a lot of details for the characters. I mean, the characters are not animated. They're not animated the way that they were drawn in the manga.
Yeah.
Like there is that one downside because it's changed the actual image of the characters but kept the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, one weird reboot that I kind of want, it's the corniest one out there, is Hamtaro.
Yes.
Gross.
100%. I agree. Yes. Yep.
I would love a Hamtaro reboot. That would just be so cute. Like, could you imagine just a new show about hamsters? Like, they could be just the most adorable thing ever. I mean, they were adorable in the original story, but
yeah,
Hamtaro would be great.
Honestly, it doesn't even have to be a reboot, just more episodes.
Yeah.
Just straight up give us more episodes of Hamtaro. You don't have to reboot it, just make some more episodes.
Yeah.
I'm not picky.
Like just they don't even have to be stories like to the original story or stories from the original story. You can just wing it. Like because I mean those hamsters could do anything that they wanted to do and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Just give us more cute hamsters. Please. More cute hamsters. Do it.
Yes.
Okay, what other show?
Like,
I kind of want a reboot of Beyblade, but the original series of Beyblade.
Yes, please.
Right?
I never watched Beyblade. That was one of the ones that I never got around to watching.
Blasphemous. We're gonna have to fix that.
Okay, sounds good.
We're gonna have to fix that. You have no choice.
I thought it was fun to play with the Beyblades, and I never actually followed the show. And people would be there like, "Oh, my Beyblade's gonna use this," and I'm like, "They're just spinning tops, but it's fun."
Hey now,
Dragon
when you
Ball Z for
occasionally hit a rock and you had one of the metal discs on it and sparked,
That was cool.
that was lit.
Yes. Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that was really cool. Like, but I never actually watched the show, and I just would try to like fire Beyblades at people sometimes. May or may not have gotten in trouble.
You're
Same.
the kid that got them banned from school.
No, that was my ex-boyfriend.
Ah,
Err,
fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Beyblade. What else? Aruka 7.
A what?
A reboot of Aruka 7.
oh, that's an old one.
It is. It's old, but it's gold. It's so gold. It's such a good show.
I don't know
it's
that
a
one.
reboot of the
It's-
animation style.
I'm definitely thinking that's the one with the giant mech and surfboards, right?
Yes, that's the exact one.
Oh my god. I remember watching that on White TV when it first came out. I was like, is this about surfing? And then it's the plot line totally exploded and made no sense.
I loved it so much. It was so good.
And then the main character got a haircut. That was the biggest thing I remember.
What?
So like the main female protagonist had like an awesome hairstyle.
Yeah.
And then he went through a crazy phase and got a new haircut.
Well, I mean, we've all been there. We've all gone through that phase.
Yep.
Just cut it all off. It's relatable.
Yep. Mhm.
10 out of 10. Real activity.
I wonder, because I know one of the main characters.
It was a short show. It wasn't long at all.
No, it was only 50 episodes. So if not a reboot, then a second season at least.
Oh, that brings me
Yeah.
to the other topic that I had up here as one of my original like conversation points was animes that deserved a second season.
What is it called? Oh, I had it in my mind earlier. What the hell was it? Something or other. I gotta mute myself. I gotta go get my cat in before you ruined my screen. I will be right back.
Okay.
I will try to remember what the anime is.
Dragon Ball. We
Dragon
need another. We need a second season of Dragon Ball.
Which one?
The original.
The original. Because I can never keep track with Dragon Ball which one's which. Just they're all Dragon Ball.
Well,
Even
oh, sorry. I was gonna say Dragon Ball GT does not exist anymore. It has been disowned by the creator.
Really?
It was so bad, from what I've heard, and I understand, it was so bad that they basically Kira Toriyama just basically like, you guys really screwed up my product. I'm erasing this canonically from Dragon Ball, but we're keeping all the property. So,
Well, I mean, hey, it's
You're talking about Dragon
your
Ball Z?
creation. Yeah.
Dragon Ball GT.
even if they just took some of those older shonen battle anime and redid them with modern art and that, maybe cut a little bit of filler, I think they'd blow up again.
Oh,
Maybe. Naruto's still pretty big, but it's what was it? What was the numbers? It's like 50% filler.
More than that. Naruto
Like-
has how many
I
episodes?
can't remember. It was on the podcast that I
Are we
listened
talking
to.
about Shippuden or are we talking original Naruto?
Both.
Original, because Shippuden
But the
is
original's
not
bad.
finished.
Shippuden's all done.
Is
It's
it?
Boruto that's still
Yeah,
ongoing.
Boruto. Yeah, Boruto's going. How many?
I believe there's about
Yeah.
600 episodes what are technically filler. If you're counting both Shippuden and the original.
And it's only what, like a total of what is it, 700 episodes between the
Yes.
two of them. So I mean,
But
you
I'm thinking
could
one
tell the
episode.
story faster if you cut out all the filler and reboot Naruto.
Oh yeah. If you would have cut out all the filler in Naruto,
You'd get through the story fast.
Yeah, it'd be maybe 80 episodes, if that.
I mean, the 10-minute recap of last week's episode kind of takes away from the 10 minutes of the new episode and the 5 minutes for the outgoing setup.
Yeah.
Because that took up a lot of time. There was one of them, one episode, because we started watching the original, and there was one episode, and we were like 10 minutes in on recap of the previous episode, and then it came to the opening credits, and I was like, we're almost done the episode.
So it's 220 episodes of Naruto.
And then
And
500
Naruto
of Shippuden.
Shippuden's 500.
Yeah. Like,
And then you have all the films, which are also canon.
Yes and no.
Most of them are.
Most
yes
of
and
them
no. How?
because there are some in Shippuden where the best way to describe them mess with timey-wimey stuff, and like it's weird canonical stuff what makes sense and doesn't make sense. Like if you watch the first Naruto movie, it is canon. I think the one where they go to the Summer Isles is technically non-canon, and then the third movie is non-canon because it was just weird.
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden in the movie The Lost Tower. Naruto goes 20 years into the past. That one's probably not canon at all.
No, it is not, because everybody forgets about it. Quite
Yeah,
literally.
and then Road to Ninja, Naruto the movie, Naruto and Sakura are sent to an alternate universe.
Oh, that's
That one's not canon.
Oh, that one's a super
That
good
one's
one.
not canon?
That one's
Road
probably not canon.
That one's actually half decent one though.
See, I haven't gotten to the
discover
movies.
the
I'm
meaning
like,
of companionship and parenthood. I'm looking at Wikipedia, sorry.
no worries. I'm just trying to, I'm on my anime list trying to find out what episode I'm on. We're on episode 21. Yeah, I have so many animes on the go that I can't remember which ones I'm watching. So I had to make my anime list just so I can be like, yeah, I'm watching this one, and I've finished all these ones. But I'm horrible because half of the time I'll watch the same anime over because I forget what happened last time I watched it. It's new every time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, I can pretty much recite all my comfort animes.
Like my absolute favorite fight scene in any of the original shows is Rock Lee versus Gaara, and I will put that on YouTube.
Yes.
Once in a
Oh
while.
man, that was
yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I haven't even gotten through I haven't even gotten past what's happening now with the licensing exam. Is it called licensing exam?
No.
Tuning exam.
Yeah. So I haven't even gotten past the
How far into that arc are you? Are you at the Force of Death yet?
I'm just past when the Hokage is fighting the previous Hokages. So we're just past that.
Oh, you're almost to the end of the arc. Okay.
I know.
Orochimaru versus third Hokage, one of the best fights, but also terrible.
It
hurts.
Yeah, it was that was one fight I was kind of like, that could have been better.
Which is kind of funny if you actually watch Shippuden. Both the previous Hokage would have destroyed the third Hokage if they were at full power. It's just hilarious how underpowered they are in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
like
just how they kept throwing in ridiculous edition after ridiculous edition in that one.
Yep.
But you are correct. That is one of my. But just wait up. You are going to get a treat of a fight. Do you care for spoilers to who's coming up?
I don't mind spoilers, but I know D Sully doesn't like spoilers.
I'll ignore them because I'm not super invested in Naruto. So
well, you get a really good fight against Itachi Uchiha, Kisame Hoshigaki, and the 3 Jonin of the Hidden Leaf. It is a very good fight.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that one was gonna come up soon. Because I have heard that the fight is worth remembering, but like so far what I've gotten, the best fight is Gaara versus oh my god, I can't remember names.
Rock Lee,
yeah.
That
one is really good compared to some of the
that
other
one's
shonen.
the best fight in the first little bit of Naruto. As you go further in and they start developing more, you get more intense battles later on.
Yeah. I just wish Sakura would actually show her fighting ability, because at this point
Sakura kicks off at the end of Naruto.
She does.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because I've been waiting for her to.
It's pretty worth it near the end of Naruto.
Okay.
If you're like a fan of Sakura, she kicks off really hard.
Because so far she's just kind of been an accomplice to.
She's very much a Mary Jane, or sorry, Mary Sue. She's very much just there. She's not. Her potential is not even scratched at this point.
Like
once
she's the Hermione without being super great at the combating. Where if we're gonna compare Hermione, the Harry Potter trio, to this trio,
that's a bad comparison.
It is. It's very bad, terrible.
But Candace, do you know who Tsunade is? Have you heard of her?
No.
She's not there yet.
Not there yet. Okay, you'll recognize the name when she shows up. She's actually going to show up pretty soon from where you are.
Okay.
But you'll recognize the name when she shows up. Sakura starts training under her, and that's when she kicks off.
And she becomes somewhat badass, which is leads into when it goes to Shippuden. There's a really good opening fight against Kakashi, as an introductory to the fight, and it's a very well done one.
Any fight that has Kakashi in it is a good fight.
Just slightly will disagree with you on that. There have been some bad ones.
No, I'm just biased to Kakashi.
She is.
Hello, who wouldn't want a guy who can have the Sharingan?
Oh no, she just has a thing for shaggy looking older dudes.
My favorite characters are my favorite characters in anime are Shota Aizawa for My Hero, All Might for My Hero,
but Small Might form.
Small Might form, yes. Thank you for correcting me on that. And Kakashi. Who else? Nezuko, but she's in a different category. Nezuko is my favorite. And then almost every other anime that we watch that has some kind of middle-aged, slightly jaded man, I'm like, hey, that's my kind of person. But yeah, Kakashi's my favorite out of Naruto, just because I like his personality. He's just kind of I'm here. It's what I do now.
I am biased towards Gaara, and I'm very upset at his character design later on and how docile he becomes.
You did not just say that. No.
His character design is horrible later on.
I will
Horrible.
fight you. It was awesome.
No. Slicked back hair? No.
Oh, are we
Okay.
talking about when like are we talking like Shippuden?
Shippuden Gara.
Shippuden Gara was awesome.
Not that design is not. No.
Okay, go to like when he's an adult. He looks like a freaking Poindexter. It's bad.
I know.
Yeah, they wow. They should not have done that to Gara.
They
No,
turned him
you're
into
looking
a
at it right now,
dad.
aren't you?
Like
Mm-hmm.
As bad as this, they turned him
That-
into a dad pun.
Yep.
I bet he
100%.
wears socks and sandals too.
He does.
He does, yeah.
They all wear socks and sandals.
She's not wrong.
I'm just realizing
Oh.
that.
But, yeah.
Like
Man, I've been a ninja from Naruto for almost 20 years then.
Oh God, when did I first watch Naruto? I used to tape Naruto.
oh wow.
Oh, that's old
That
school.
that yeah.
When did Naruto come out? Hold on.
Well, it was in the 90s.
2004.
Wasn't it in the 90s?
Nope.
Oh, 2002. 2002. So on
First one
my
came
anime
out
list, 2002.
When did it come out on YTV? Was it YTV?
2005, if I'm correct.
How old was I in 2005? I was 12.
Yeah, you would have been in middle school and I would have been in high school. So like Naruto was just starting as I was in high school and I missed
Yeah.
it.
Calculator.
You missed the best days of your life.
Well, I was watching a
I
couple
think I
of
started watching it when it
animes.
came out.
Pardon?
I think I started watching it when it came out in 2002. 2005.
Well, yeah, it came to Canada 2005. Yeah, I was around then was when I was really starting to get into anime, and I was staying up late to watch Inuyasha on YTV.
Hey, me too.
Those were the days. I'd
Oh.
wake up at 4:00 in the morning, to watch Inuyasha, Naruto, and there was one else.
Dragon Ball,
Oh.
of course.
Wasn't it Gundam?
Maybe it was
Gundam.
Yeah,
Gundam.
no, it was
Yeah.
it was Naruto, Inuyasha, Gundam, or Gundam Seed, depending on what day of the week it was,
And
and
Gundam.
Beyblade, and Yu-Gi-Oh. There you go. I woke up at 4
Oh
o'clock
yes,
in the morning.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
now
morning.
there's a great anime, which is technically actually going on needs a second season. Technically Avatar, if we're talking about that.
Language.
What?
I'm on.
Avatar.
Oh my
with
God,
a-
Avatar,
with an
yes.
avatar, but with a different avatar.
Oh, so like what they did with Naruto with Boruto.
Not like that. Like
No?
kind of follow this timeline of Aang's time. We learn about Roku, we learn about Kyoshi, and I forget the one before. But they are making one for Kyoshi, but I would love to see Avatar Roku.
Ooh, same. Yes. I feel like
Because-
seeing Avatar Roku's backstory would give us a good look into what's his face? Zuko's grandfather.
You mean technically he is his grandfather.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yes,
Oh,
because
he is
both
too? Yeah, okay, never mind. Ignore me.
because both Sozin and Avatar Roku are bloodline descents to Zuko.
Yeah.
And if you remember correctly, we did have a short scene of learning about Avatar Roku's past, but only when he was a kid, chosen as the Avatar, when he grew up into the Avatar, and then when he met Sozin, basically said, "Hey, stop doing the thing," and then basically said, "Sozin, you did the thing. I will forgive you this one time, but if you do it again, I won't forgive you this time." And then time skipped to when he's an old man, and basically the end of Roku. It's the in-betweens I would love to see.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually haven't watched Airbender or Avatar. Yeah. But it looks interesting.
Is it on your list? Please tell me it's on your list.
It is.
It's a very good family-oriented anime. If you ever want to watch it with the family, it is very well done for a North American adaptation for an anime, which is technically not an anime, but very well done. The story is very detailed, and the lore to the world itself is very, very complex, and you will get subtle hints here and there about certain things, but when they add up together, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this was so impactful so early on.
Yep.
Okay.
It's great. It's so good. I had my nieces down over the last week and a half, and I got the youngest one into it because I'm like, I don't know what to put on for you, so you just sit on my bed and I can just do something else. I'm like, sure, Avatar. She wound up watching like half the first season in 3 days upstairs.
Oh wow.
She's like, Avatar, Avatar, Avatar. She wouldn't watch anything else for like 2 days straight. Like Avatar. I'm like, okay, have at it. Yep. And then everybody else was watching as well.
Just
like
take over the TV. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and we cannot forget the most important person in the whole series, the cabbage salesman.
Pardon?
The cabbage salesman. He's the most important person in the series.
Yeah, Couchman. Couchman. Yep.
Okay.
You'll see. He's everywhere.
Avatar Cottage Man.
Cabbage.
Oh, cabbage.
Cabbage salesman.
Cabbage. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he's got his own page on Wiki.
He does. Yes.
He's literally there for every single important encounter, which is kind of just funny.
Profession: chef, businessman, merchant of cabbage.
Yep. He reminds me very much with how much he shows up of Nurse Joy.
Oh my god.
In Pokemon, he's there that much. It's like every like 3rd or 4th episodes, there he is. It's like, how are you here? What? They took a flying bison. How are you here?
I'm just here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, my girlfriend actually made her D&D character based off this character.
That's a win. Yep.
That's awesome. But you know
Literally.
what? Sometimes making a D&D character based off of a character that you like from a show, it's kind of great because then you can just roll with how you feel that the character would be.
Very true. My absolute favorite character, who I role played as, was Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yes.
That is great.
You have no idea how it is. Like, if you've ever seen Phineas and Ferb the movie, I literally made an evil version of Perry the Platypus, what was my robot sidekick.
Oh my god, that is great.
Good.
That is great. One of these days we'll have to do a D&D game.
I'm still trying to remember what the show was. I was trying to think of.
So that kind of being said, I do have a special D&D set coming in, and it's supposed to be anime 5th edition. So apparently a complete revamping of D&D to suit an anime setting and characters.
Ooh, that would be so much fun. I feel like that'll have to be something that we'll have to maybe stream on one of our Twitches or
I call One Punch Man.
I mean, that's not fair.
It's totally
as far as what I get from it, because I haven't looked into it too much, you can give your character powers, but also give them limitations to like balance out being super OP in one category and basically weaken them with a whole bunch of other restrictions.
So it's not like guys in isekais that end up just being stupidly overpowered with never having trained or practiced.
Well, I'm not quite sure, but there is a isekai class.
Isekais are just their own class themselves. They're really their own thing.
And I really hate you the other night for introducing me to that quartet. I have been watching it on YouTube almost every night.
We started watching that with our little one. There's some things that I'm glad they just go right over their head, but it's still just hilarious, the shenanigans that happened in the Isekai Quartet, especially if you're familiar with the 4 animes that series is based on. So I'm only familiar with 2 out of 4, but yeah, like, oh man, isekais are just fun. They're fun. I mean, I like them. They can be fun or they can be bad, because I mean, there was a few messed up isekais that I've seen.
Oh yeah, the one that you refuse to finish is technically an isekai.
Okay, I only refused to finish that one because my favorite character died.
What is the show? We must know.
Bleh.
Fishugi Yugi?
Yes,
Something like
Fishugi
that?
Yugi. Fushigi Yugi. Here, I'm gonna drop the Mal link in there. My favorite character died, and I was very upset. I cried very, very hard. And then I was just like, I don't want to finish this.
Huh. I do not know this one.
My favorite character died, and then I hopped on Google because I was like, do they come back? They don't come back. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done. All because my favorite character died. But I mean, my favorite character was a gem because, like, I mean, for an anime made in the 90s, that character was very controversial. So yeah, like, and as horrible as it is, I can't even remember their name. I am very bad with names.
Me too.
Noriko.
Yeah.
Noriko. Yes. When Noriko died, I was like, that's it. I don't want to continue this. I am so sad. This is just, I can't continue on because my character's gone. But yeah, the character was in themselves controversial because of who they were and how they were. So like, but in the 90s, that would have been amazing. But I watched this last year. I was at the recommendation of the guy from the shop that I visit almost weekly. It was one of the recommendations he had, but I haven't had the heart to tell him that I just don't want to finish it anymore.
Why do I recognize this? Did I watch some of this when I was younger?
Maybe.
Very easily could have.
It probably would have been one of those late night animes.
I think so, yeah.
Probably. I used to stay up until wild hours when I was in middle school. I didn't sleep much in middle school. I went 2 weeks with like maybe half hour sleep every day.
Oh geez.
Maybe. I went like 6 days no sleep at all. I just couldn't sleep.
Oh wow.
I applaud you.
It was not fun. It was not fun. Now I value my sleep.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of my 120 work hour week. That was just insane.
Oof, geez.
Oh, yeah, nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, this one definitely would have been a late night one because of what the content was. But yeah, it ran for 7 years.
Well, 52 episodes in the whole thing. To span that across only releasing a dozen or so episodes a season.
Yeah. Yeah. The big problem with that one for like, and it's not one of the isekais that people talk about a lot, because a lot of people are talking about the big isekai that started it all was Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online was great.
I don't care what anyone
one?
says. That's not an isekai.
Thank
The
you.
main character
Sully.
never
Thank you.
actually leaves Earth or their world.
Hello, Mischief. What do you want?
It's a video game anime, non-isekai.
Yeah. I do recognize this though.
Yeah. See, I haven't watched Sword Art because, well, I've been warned that it's sad. It's beautiful, but sad.
I agree with
Not-
D. Sully on that one. It is definitely more of just a romance slice of life.
Yes. Yep.
And also kind
Yeah.
of well done how to make an overpowered character overpowered slightly.
a little bit. Like they do skip around quite a bit, but I enjoyed it. I like some of my shonen battle anime because they add in some extra story and it's just not battle after battle. But yeah, there are some spots in there where there's a bit of emotion that they try to put in, and maybe one arc that's actually meant to be sad. The rest is all just fun.
So are we still talking about animes that should have had a second season?
I have no idea where we are. I'm like looking at my list of
This is very
topics.
much derailed.
That was the last official topic.
That was the last official one that I pulled from my list of ideas. But like the one that hands down needs another season or a full reboot, I would accept a reboot, is Oran Host High School Club.
Yes.
Yeah, that one
Yep.
absolutely needs a reboot or another season. Give me more, because there was 18 volumes of Oran Host High School Club and only one season.
Which one is that one? I recognize the premise to most, but not.
Let's see. Here, I'm gonna drop the Mal link.
Please do.
So girl goes to a very rich school. She comes from a very poor family.
She got there on scholarship. She's like the honor student of the whole school.
I remember this one.
Yeah.
It was the one that it was the one my friend kept on trying to get me to watch after I watched Fruit Basket. I was like, what the heck is this?
This one's great. Like the story, like they left off at a point where they could just pick it back up. Because you've got the one guy's father who really wants her to be with his son, and then Tamaki's dad is like, yeah, I kind of approve of this kid. Like this kid's kind of good. And then now they're like, hey, now it's a race to see who can get their son to be with this girl because she's genius. But I mean, they're all smart because they wouldn't be in a, well, I guess if you're rich, you could be in a whatever school you'd want to be, but Tamaki was just special. I loved him.
Oh, I have a thought for a topic. How to make an overpowered character done right.
can you make an overpowered character be done right? Like, I don't know. Like, well, if you overpower them in everything, because like, what's that show? I just want to be average in my next life. Is that the one? Yeah, like she just wanted to be average because like in that isekai, she was like the smart kid, the good kid, like everything was perfect about her and she was like top notch in everything. And then she just wanted she wanted to know what it felt like to be normal or average, an average human. But instead, when she was talking to the deity that she was to talk to before she went into her new world, she said, I just want to be average. And in this magical world, average meant the weakest magical animal to the strongest magical animal or being, which happened to be like a dragon. So she's got like half the power of the dragon, which is still well above an average human.
Wrong world to get sent to then.
So she wanted to be normal. And she was average at everything based on the dragon's power.
Yeah.
So
I see.
So like she's overpowered, but she's overpowered in everything. Like maybe that's the best case is that character. I mean, it sucked for her because she's still powerful than a human.
Well, I think I remember in that one, she tries to like get her adventuring party to do most of the things and get them leveled up without stepping in unless like she absolutely needed to.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop the mail link for that one too. Yeah, I mean that's a good example of an overpowered character done right. Like
I would think, and this one's kind of a funny one. Has anybody watched? I'm trying to remember the name here. Black Clover in Asta.
I have not watched Black Clover. I have heard a lot of good things. I've got some friends who are obsessed with it.
Well, the reason why this character is overpowered is because he is just a normal human with no magic, but literally the power that he gets is to negate magic.
I mean, that would be useful.
Because you got to think, he has no magical powers, but he negates magical powers, so he has to beat them with physical powers.
So he's physically powerful.
Yes and no, because he has to train to become tough. Because
Okay, so it's not like he's handed all this physical ability because he's in a new world.
He's very much he very much works towards it every single time, and it is amazing. And just to slide in another one, Escanor from Severely Deadly Sins.
Escanor's pretty great.
I love Escanor. He's my favorite. Like out of all of them. He's perfect. Don't change Escanor. He's fine the way he is.
But those muscles.
That mustache.
Oh, you're correct. Which is actually funny because it's actually kind of funny because if you watch and read in the manga, there's actually a thing where it says once he attains his mustache, his power level almost doubled. Which is kind of true because then he mastered his power after when he got the mustache. But the greatest example I will go for this is Goku.
I I think I've said it before. I'm not super familiar with Dragon Ball. It was not it was not something that I watched. Like when my husband and I were starting to talk about anime and start get back into it a bit ago, we're talking about different animes, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I've watched anime as a kid. I watched Dragon Ball." I was like,
On top
that's
of
it.
another list of things.
But that was the one that he said first, and I was like, okay. And I was like naming off a bunch of different things that I had watched, and there were some things that I had watched that were taboo in my household growing up, but I managed to get those in.
I grew up with a television that I literally had to program my channels by dialing them in. So there wasn't much that I had available.
Was it like the two twisties that like you have channels 1 to 15 up on here and then channels like 16 to 30 here?
No, I think this one was a bit different. So I think I had a channel range of 1 to 13.
Oh my god.
But you could open up the bottom panel of it, and each channel had a knob that you would literally tune to the channel that you wanted to watch.
That's
So it would be like
You had a
programming channels in a
TV
radio
straight
or
out of the
something.
60s. Damn.
so you had a
Poor
lot of
mom.
dedication to watch the animes that you watched.
Oh yeah, and like you've seen my childhood home. I've had to like stuff towels under the doors so the TV glare wouldn't be going through, and or I'll just get yelled at from my parents.
Yep, I did the same thing.
Yeah, it was. Those were the days, though. I feel like
4 o'clock in the morning, blanket pushed against the bottom of my door. Yep.
we didn't have TVs that connected to any cable in our rooms, so like we were allowed to stay up. So one night I was kind of like, I can stay up and I can stay up late and watch my show. And I think after a couple of weekends, they noticed, my parents noticed after a couple of weekends, didn't take long. I was watching Inuyasha too, which is one of my favorites. Just glad it was Inuyasha and not because I was reading Ranma one half at the time too. So I was watching Inuyasha, reading Ranma one half, and they're created by the same creator. And I'm just glad they caught me watching Inuyasha and not reading Ranma one half, because that would be way worse.
Yep.
Oh, I specifically remember episodes of Inuyasha that
That were also
got me
pretty
hooked
bad.
at it as a young teen / preteen boy. So there were some graphic things in Inuyasha that your parents definitely would have gotten after you for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half naked ladies, people being ripped in half. Yep.
It all checks out.
Yep.
Uh,
All checks out.
I think there was full nudity except for the nipples were erased in some of them.
Yeah. Nipples were erased. Everything else was there.
Well, they even
Yeah.
did that with the because I guess the original, we're going back to the very first thing I talked about, Sailor Moon. The original transformation scenes, they had like the outline of it, but then when it came over to North America, they were like, nope, that's gone.
Censorship.
All right. So since Escanor was mentioned as an overpowered character, and any mention or look of a character like Escanor makes me immediate think of Major Armstrong, Full Metal Alchemist.
Yep.
He's an overpowered character, but he's like just a great guy too.
The worst thing is that he's overpowered, but when you get later on the series, you realize he's not that overpowered.
No.
No, he's just really strong. his alchemy isn't like the best tier, but
Look at
And I
his
think-
abilities: boxing, wrestling, super strength, porator, yeah, and tracking.
horticulture.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm
You
bad
are
with
missing
words.
his most powerful weapon, though, the mustache.
Mustache.
And his glorious muscles.
You know what? All Might should have had a mustache at one point in his life. It just, especially
He
when he
actually-
was like younger
He
and
did.
not sickly. He did?
Yes.
He had a mustache. Oh my god.
It just depends on what fan art.
Here I was thinking there was a picture of All Might when he was young, like in his USA days, and be like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna come up with the Texas Smash. Just mustache. Like, I mean, that would have been great. That would have just fit the character. I mean,
I feel like All Might only learned how to use all these techniques by just watching just some person just randomly do it in that specific, like, what do you call it? Not province, but
state. Well, there's the Texas Smash, but then I think he's also got some cities and stuff too.
Oklahoma Smash.
No,
Well,
the
his attack powers kind of work off of like, so his smaller attacks will be named after cities. Then his like mid-tier attacks will be states. But then he has like the United States of Smash, which is his big finisher. So they scale up with the size that he's sending out.
I never noticed this until you've just said it.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
So I just kind of made the connection there, but you know how he tries to teach Deku about imagining an egg in a microwave
Mhm.
as some sort of mental cue to control his power?
Yeah. So maybe he
So
thought
that's
of like
probably-
the cities, the
Yeah,
states.
that's probably his way. He's thinking of like a physical size to compare his power output to.
You know what? That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Like, that makes so much sense.
I'll take that. I'm definitely the very first person ever to put that out there.
Diesel,
you?
you are a genius.
And I'm pretty sure
certified
someone
now.
else caught it. I'm pretty sure someone else caught on that, but I mean, I didn't even put that together. 'Cause, like, yeah, they all have their basic fighting moves, but then their bigger moves, they're all being told to think of creative names for their bigger moves that they want to use, their signature moves.
So that the civilians know when to run.
Yeah.
It's more so what can fill out their baseball card.
Oh my god. Could you imagine My Hero Academia trading card games?
They do
Oh,
have it.
They do? That's a thing?
That is in
What?
Japan. From what I understand, there's one in Japan.
Oh my god. I'm Googling this.
And you know, definitely somewhere in the background of that world, there is
Oh
a card, like a playing card system with, well, not necessarily a playing card, a trading card system with all the heroes.
And the villains. You can't forget about the villains. The villains have to be in there too. They gotta have the good guys and the bad guys.
Okay, you know what? We have to do games night at my house because I am now adding My Hero Academia, the card game, to cart on Amazon. And because yeah, it's a board game.
Wait, it's a board game?
It's like a board card game.
Interesting.
A
I call
thrilling
one
card
for
games.
all.
Oh, you can have one for all. There is also My Hero Academia League of Villains card game.
That is awesome.
So I'll drop the links to that in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Like-
Because I'm thinking about it now. Who is best villain for My Hero Academia?
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it yet, so I really can't contribute to this. I'm sorry.
Oh, see, I'm up to date on the manga, and yeah, there is the next arc in My Hero, and while Wild, you're gonna love it. It's all a villain arc.
I think Spinner
So-
is pretty great because he's like
He's the only one
just
with
a
common
dude.
sense.
Yeah, he's basically just a dude villain who is now in this crazy organization where things are going way beyond what he expected.
If I have
Yeah.
to say for mine, it is definitely Hero Killer's. I cannot remember his name.
Hero Killer Stain.
Jane.
There you go. He is my absolute favorite because he challenges the mold. He challenges societal values, and it's a villain what makes sense because his point is very valid.
And it kind of does spark off the shift in some of the show, how the general society is slowly starting to turn against the hero society too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, villains out of My Hero, I think I have to.
You can pick Toga.
How did you know? Toga seems to like she's not the perfect bad guy because I get kind of a sense from the character and her development thus far that there is a softer side to Toga. She's just been so misunderstood because her quirk is scary. Like, think about it though. It would be scary for someone to be like, how did you even figure out that that's your quirk?
Yeah.
That's gross. But at the same time, like, it made her an outcast. And that's why now she's resorting to a life with the League of Villains. But the relationship built between her and what's his name? Is it Two-Face? No.
Twice.
That friendship and that relationship was actually super sweet. Like, that is a couple of people who just had the wrong side of life and ended up in a bad situation because they saw no other way.
Yeah.
To quote one of my fellow Reddit users at one point, Toga reminds me of one of my favorite Lady Gaga songs. She's caught in a bad romance.
Yeah, like her quirk could be so useful if it was just accepted more. Like, yeah. And poor Twice just friend zoned.
She loves the main character, just like everybody else.
No.
He's been fangirled.
I would.
She also has a very strong thing for Ochako, so.
Yeah, she's kind of obsessed with Ochako. Like, there was that one chapter in the manga where she's like, shoot, I can't even remember, but she was like very into Ochako and Uraka, and she was impressed with the decisions that Uraka made, and it kind of was to her, she was like, wow, why would she do that? I can't even remember what chapter it was and what the context was, but I just remember she held very big fondness for Uraka. It's also one of her other one of her other people that she likes to use her quirk to imitate to be. She does imitate Uraka a lot. let's see.
What about crossovers that we all want?
Crossovers.
Yes.
Well, Isekai Quartet is the ultimate crossover.
It is, yeah. It's got
I
5 different isekai animes in it now at season 2.
I'm hating how much I have to agree with you, mostly for the sheer fact that I've been watching a few of the episodes and they just make me laugh so much.
Yeah, they're all hilarious and they're not that long. They're like 12 minutes each episode. But if I was to do a mashup, it would make sense to do a mashup of cross genres. But I genuinely would like to see if I was able to get the mashup. One of them is an anime, one of them is not yet an anime, but it's releasing this fall. It is it is Wotakoi crossed with My Senpai is Annoying. They're both slice of life shoujo about office workers and the life that interacts. So you could easily have a crossover of the two of them across, or like, yeah, with the two of them where they all like they're collaborating on one big thing.
Hell, they could wind up working at the same office building.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see Inuyasha and My Hero Academia only because I want to watch Inuyasha and Bakugo fight
Oh, they would absolutely fight.
constantly.
Just
Constantly.
nonstop. Oh yeah.
No, Kagome and Bakugo get in an argument. That would be hilarious.
You know what? I think she would deck them.
100% she would deck him, yeah. Yep. 100%. She'd lay him out.
He wouldn't see it coming either.
No, he wouldn't. No.
No, he'd be surprised because he wouldn't be expecting it of a girl that weak. Just like he underestimated Uraka.
Yep.
He underestimated Uraka, which I mean he'd absolutely underestimate Kagome because like here's this girl in a school outfit. Sure, she can knock an arrow every now and then. Because yeah, she didn't really get good at shooting arrows until like later in this series.
That'd be interesting to watch. What's another good one? It's another good mashup. Honestly, that's the only one I can think of. I'm not like a huge fan of like mashing up different shows.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, Isekai Quartet is probably the best example of a perfect mashup because you've got all these guys that were isekai'd to another world, and then they're isekai'd to another world after that, where they all come together. But I think that would be the only way you'd be able to do a good crossover.
Yeah.
But like they have the crossover for like they've done like the crossover to a different type of animation or creation style. So like they've got the My Hero Academia, but they're in like Hello Kitty figures. They're different Hello Kitty figures or different My Hero. I mean, that would almost work, but like to mash together a few different animes would be difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear Drew.
Is he trying to talk?
Drew, you still there?
Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I'm currently reading My Hero Academia. Just update chapter.
Oh yeah, the new chapter I think was this weekend.
It is.
Oh,
Just like how my One Piece chapter is out, and I'm just catching up on it. I'm just like, why? There's so much stuff going on.
like I'm just going through the list here because Drew popped over last weekend and we talked about so many 100,000 things. When does a show deserve a D&D adaptation? Because we had talked about this one and it was based on not like a D&D adaptation, it was a D&D episode, kind of like She-Ra. And in She-Ra they had that one episode where they were all doing the planning for their next attack, and it was D&D style, and everybody was just like, well, I want to be this character, I want to be that character. And they did the same thing in Voltron.
The Voltron one, my absolute favorite.
I've seen it in a few others.
Hello, my name is Shiro. Shiro's kill us. Hello, I'm Shiro's brother, Shiro.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they did a D&D episode in Naruto?
The power scaling would be so bad.
Oh
That'd
man.
be interesting.
Like if it was early set Naruto, like okay, so I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here for a second, but later on, the power scaling to Shippuden just goes overscale.
Yeah.
But if you watch like Naruto, like the first act where it's just Naruto, it makes a lot of sense because people learn jutsu, and that's not the outer space dimensional super powered crap what seems to happen to every anime. But the power scaling made sense. Like Jonin were as powerful as Jonin, Chunin were, and then like if you were like Hokage level, it was super good to see like in like the later years when we see the Hokage, like the Tsuchikage, the Mizukage, the Raikage, and the Kazekage, and the Hokage, and how they all compare to each other, and their power scaling was super great. And then that gets tossed out the window very fast.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is why I always go back to like the Rock Lee fight.
That was great.
With Gaara.
Yeah.
It shows how technical a show can make stuff based off its in-game, its in-house lore, its in-house power level, and how that power level is shown. It's properly done, and it also shows the strengths and weaknesses of the characters and how they can adapt those strengths and weaknesses. But then when it just gets to, okay, who has the more chakra, that gets thrown out the window so much, and it ruins the scaling, I find.
Yeah, it very much does. Like as soon as Naruto's able to tap into Karame's chakra, it just all goes out the window. All completely goes out the window.
So like chakra becomes like not a thing that they talk about anymore.
Well, kind of think of this. A very good example is we learn in the show that Naruto's main skill, the Shadow Clone, gathers experience. So if we technically go by that, Naruto makes 1 million clones all the time.
Yes.
All that experience should be going to Naruto.
Mhm.
So think about this. It's like power leveling with like 1,000 players where everybody's gaining 1 XP. Oh, I just gained 1,000 XP for that one fight. Hey, I'm level 20. Everybody else is level 2.
And if the fight's just everybody threw one punch at somebody. Yeah.
Like
Okay. That's
which kind of in the later seasons, he kind of cheats a bit by using that same method.
Mhm.
And it's a good method. Don't get me wrong. It's smart the way how they did it, but it's just, hey, guess what? I have a large pool of chakra, so I can just bypass all this bull crap.
well, I mean, yeah, like we're not there yet, but they have pointed out that he's got a crazy amount of chakra.
Yeah.
Or chakra.
And
He's just not using it right. So the minute he knows how to use it, it's just gonna all be that's
Yeah.
it.
But that's
Done
the thing.
chakra.
But when we see Naruto in those early stages, it shows a good growth rate. Like any hero, there has to be a point progression where the character gets stronger. But it just feels, as soon as they jump the threats in Shippuden, it's just, oh, okay, how's he gonna deal with this one? He learns a new jutsu. He learns a new technique. He learns some bullcrap technique what just bypasses everybody else because he can access unlimited chakra. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. Still watch the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Still watch the show.
I will. I will. It's just it's on the back burner when we have
Yeah.
new shows coming out. Like
Yeah.
we've got a few things that are coming out that are new episodes and stuff, and there's stuff that I haven't that's already out that I haven't watched yet because I was putting it off because I was gonna watch it with somebody else. Because like My Hero, I have not watched the latest season because we just recently started getting my father into My Hero.
Oh my gosh. Can I get you to do this for my dad?
Yeah, it took us a bit. It ended up being like, hey, check out the show, Dad, and we just put it on the TV, and I airdropped, or not airdropped, but I guess AirPlay
Airplay.
his TV. I just kind of took over his TV, and I was like, hey, Dad, check this out. It worked.
Well, let's face it too. Another big thing for it was that, hey, sit down and watch this show that our daughter really wants to watch.
It worked. That worked.
If you don't let us put this show on, you'll be breaking her heart.
That's going a little too far. I never said that.
Oh no, it's not said. It's left unsaid.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been heartbroken, but I mean, we have kind of gotten him to watch some animes because Penny watched it, like the Breakwater Fishing Club. That one's pretty good.
I'd watch a second season of that one.
That one would be good. Like,
if anything, they could have slowed down at certain parts because like there's they start off pretty slow with explaining like certain fishing techniques and that. But then later on, they'll just do like an exposition dump where it's like someone just clicks through a PowerPoint presentation super quick. So you can't get any of the data that they're showing you. And like there's legitimate like facts and figures and rigging sets that they show clips of, but just super quick.
yeah,
So,
like
yeah.
they definitely, some of the earlier episodes of it were really well done because like when we went fishing there the first time, all I thought about was how they did it in the anime. And I copied what they did and what they said for suggestions.
Now just imagine if they slowed it down a little bit so you knew actually how to rig up your line and rig up your lures and everything properly.
Yeah. Because the first couple of episodes actually had like, this is the proper way to tie this. This is like, and they did the whole walkthrough of it. And then, yeah, towards the middle of the season, they kind of dropped off the boat on that.
You could say they had watered down content.
All the content was there. It's just that
It was too fast.
They sped through the exposition. So like there's literally things where they will show a diagram of like 6 different ways to set up a specific lore, and it will be on the screen for 2 seconds and then move on while they're explaining it.
Yeah. But I kind of like the animes that do that, but have a little bit more time. Because like with Dr. Stone, he does very similar things where he's like, let's explain this. And he goes through the whole list of this is this, and we got to do this to do that. To like, I mean, he gets kind of crazy with it at times. And Mecha Senku is just horrifying at times.
Funny that you say that. I have to bring up one of my favorites for that, Kornoko Basketball.
Kuroko no Basketball?
Yes.
I have not watched it. I don't really watch sport anime. I have watched Yuri on Ice because figure skating is one thing that I actually do like to watch.
Like, mind you, in like the early things, like they actually show like the idea behind like how like people do like these special moves or their special abilities. And then later on in the series where it's just like, okay, he can do this because of this. It's just kind of weird. But at the very first where it kind of explains like how NBA players do it, it's very interesting because it's actual stuff what happens in the NBA games.
Okay.
But again, power scaling.
Is power scaling like pretty big for Kuroko no Basket?
It's weird power scaling. So there's like one guy who's like, we have the 5 legendary kings on our scene. We have the generation of miracles where they just have like these insane abilities but make them just really good. And then there's Kornoko, what he's just so bloody not apparent that that's his ability. People just don't sense his presence.
It isn't the whole running gag that he's just short so no one notices him.
Kind of.
I get that. That.
But it's just it's a weird anime because like they learn like basically the way how they power up is by learning the fundamentals better.
Well, that makes sense for sports stuff. Once you start incorporating like really special abilities into sports anime, then it might get a little bit hokey.
Like literally. Sorry.
I was gonna say I also haven't seen any Kuroko no Basket, so I'm not quite sure how it works. But
the other main character's superpower is that he's really good at jumping.
Okay, he's got springs in his shoes.
Basically.
Flubber. Flubber on his soles.
One sports anime that I can think of that just it's kind of ridiculous. It's Welcome to the Ballroom. It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, gross.
This was one that D. Sully could not continue. I've watched a few more episodes without him. I'm gonna drop the Mal link. The biggest thing, like, it's very normal, and like normal people doing normal things. Guy wants to take up a new hobby. He's like, let's try ballroom dancing. And then he starts to dance or gets into all the proper positions. And then all of a sudden his neck is like an extra 3 feet longer.
All their
Like,
necks.
Yeah.
All their necks became ridiculously long and extended. It was like, what the hell is going on? Like they try to get super serious with their animation in the dancing, but like, oh, it was weird.
Like, okay. Here, let's drop. Can I drop the picture in here? Hold on. Let's take this link, drop it here. So yeah, check out the link that I just sent you. It's one of the pictures from Welcome to the Ballroom with the ridiculous.
Why
I
is
can't
his
believe
neck?
it's
Why is
I
his
can't
neck
believe
so
it's rated
long?
8.2.
Literally, there's just a picture of a guy just trying to make his neck longer. What the hell?
Like, and that's not even that like that one's not even that bad. But like when they actually start dancing, like, okay, here's a good one. This next one that I'm sending now. This last one. That's how ridiculous this show is as a sports anime about ballroom dancing. Like,
Yeah, I couldn't get
arms,
over it.
the neck, like,
Oh, well, you just scroll down the related images, and it's nuts.
yeah, like.
You
Oh my
Sully,
god.
I understand why you don't want to continue this.
And it's rated 8.2 on Mal.
Yeah.
So bad. Why?
Yeah, 8.2 on Mal. It's ranked number 311. But like it's the whole show is normal. Like they're normal until they start dancing. So like it made no sense. Just all of a sudden he's crazy and just all neck. But like it's everybody the minute they start dancing. And then when you actually like, because I was following along with what they were talking about, and they were like, throw your shoulders back and head up. And I'm like, you don't gain an extra foot of neck length doing that. Like,
What do you mean
is
my
this
neck?
it? Is this it? Like, does my neck look longer? Like, but it's so ridiculous as a sports anime. You can't take it seriously because the minute they're like, let's do the sport, you're like, oh my god, you're laughing so hard. Like
That was like me with Initial D when I first watched it. How like serious they are.
Initial D. I'm sure I saw that. Oh, you were showing me videos of this.
The bridge car one, yes.
Yeah. It looks like it would be pretty cool. But like it yeah. They definitely overdid it on that. Like little too much on that one. But like what is initial what is it categorized on Mal? Because like I'm curious if it falls into sports.
Probably.
Action, cars, drama, seinen, sports. Okay. Wow, there is so much Initial D. So there's the first stage, second stage, third stage, fourth, fifth, and then final, and then extra stage, and then battle stage, Extra Stage 2, Battle Stage 2, and then
An old
all the
anime.
movies. Wow, they had a lot.
Surprisingly, as I said, it was one of the very few anime to actually help kickstart a thing from the west over to the east.
Yeah,
Drifting.
but part of me is kind of like, I'm not a big car person. But like that's a lot of anime about racing cars. But I guess they're on what, like movie 9 of Fast and Furious. So there's a demand for it, I guess.
Oh, don't get me started with Fast and the Furious. They have deviated so much from what they originally were.
Oh, I can imagine. I have not watched a single Fast and Furious movie.
You're not missing much.
Oh, thank goodness.
You're really not.
Except for
I think-
Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift had a really good soundtrack.
Tokyo
know,
Drift
I-
was great. The rest of them,
I
Tokyo
have
Drift
actually
is the
listened to
only-
songs from it.
It's the only one that I really remember. Other than that, all the new ones, at least from their trailers, they just look like they're action movies. Like they aren't racing movies, it's just action movies.
yeah, pretty much.
All right. Pulling random topic. Okay.
Can I tack something onto a previous topic?
Absolutely.
Okay, so animes that need a second season, Cyber 6.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
I
my
had to go
gosh.
to Robert.
Yes.
I'm like, okay,
Oh,
I don't remember what the hell the name of it is, but anime lady in a trench coat that sits on the roof, and he just pulls up on Google. He's like Cyber 6. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
if
Okay,
they even rebooted that one and
Oh, they could do so
redid
much.
that, like
Oh, that'd be great. Yes.
So a little bit of a story for that one, if I remember correctly. That one got set into developer hell. Which
Yeah.
is so the studio what was originally gonna do it again for a second season went under, from what I
Ooh.
remember reading. And basically there was a concept and they pitched it and they really wanted it, but they could never get the funding together to get the studio back up and running.
Yeah, it was what I'm seeing on Google. It was canceled due to high production costs as well as conflicts between two production companies, NOA and TMS. So I don't know if
That's-
both of the companies
kinda
wanted
junk.
to produce it or what, but yeah. So
Well, I
it's
might
just
say more in there.
it would be great though if they brought this back.
Oh man, I still remember the season finale.
There was a live action series. There was a live action. We viewed on Vimeo and YouTube. The first episode can be viewed on Vimeo and YouTube, but the clips from the series can be viewed online. However, the rest of the episodes are lost and cannot be watched anywhere. So they did a live action. That seems pretty decent.
Debuted in Argentina in 1996.
I'm just reading some of it. It was a Argentine graphic novel.
Yeah. One season just of 8 episodes running for
Some
approximately 6
Nazi
seconds each
doctors, so it
episode.
makes sense for Argentina.
Oh. Oh.
One of the most common questions is this Carmen San Diego? No. However, the new Carmen San Diego reboot, it wasn't half bad. Very much different, but let's see. Okay, so we all have the anime opening songs.
You cut out so badly there.
Everyone has favorite animes, and everyone has favorite anime songs or songs from an anime or an opening that you liked the most. So like what's your favorite anime opening?
Nisekoi Click. God, love that song.
Which one?
Nisekoi, and I believe the opening title was called Click. It's the one I got you guys to watch the opening OVA for.
Oh yes. Yeah, I remember you getting me to watch that one.
But also Dragon Ball Z.
Which one?
The original Canadian dubbing.
The
And then
good old
also-
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z.
I do remember that one, yeah. That one's iconic.
Or the one that we talked about, D Scully.
Yeah, the One Punch Man OP is great. That's just a great show altogether. So the whole thing is just good.
So what's your favorite anime opening?
Mine?
D, Sully, or Wild?
Probably one of my favorite ones is not Naruto, Inuyasha opening one. I don't know the name of it, but it's just nostalgia.
The first season one?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one. That's so good.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it might be called Change the World, but
I think so.
It's so good. Plus the animation that goes with it, just like the opening animation, is brilliant. It matches so well, and it's just nostalgia. So yeah.
Probably one of my favorites would be Sangan Shoku, Dr. Stone. Forget if it's the first or second OP for it.
I think it's the first. No, the first one's
the
Good
second.
Morning World. Yeah.
Yeah. Ohio World is a good one too.
Okay.
I want to find the audio because I think we have it.
Let's see. My favorite. Oh my god, this is so hard. I literally
there's
have an entire playlist dedicated to anime openings.
You do.
It's about 8 hours long.
Yeah. There's also this one for me. I don't know if it's picking up or not.
Can't really hear it.
I remember this one.
Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh opening again, 4:00 mornings, nostalgia. Got me hyped for the day.
Why 4 a.m. mornings? That was a regular like primetime show.
It was, depending on what
Because
channel you
that's the only time it aired where I lived.
Weird.
Only time. Yep. It was Yu-Gi-Oh at 4:00, Inuyasha at 4:30, Gundam at just after 5, and then Inuyasha after that. No, I already said Inuyasha, didn't I? Whichever one the other one was after that. Yeah. And I went back to bed for like an hour and laid there and stayed at the ceiling and then had to go to school. Yeah.
I'm still trying to pick out my favorite anime opening.
I'll see if I can get this one to play. Let me find out what
Is
side
it gonna
my
be
microphone's on.
the Konosuba song that I had on repeat the other week? Because that one is pretty good.
You mean the one that you still have on repeat?
Yes. I've varied it up. I've got a couple of things there.
There you go. So yeah, Tengen Shoku.
All right.
But yeah, that gets me pumped for the show.
That one was one of the first ones on my playlists for all my anime openings. Let's see. Yeah, this playlist. Oh, I said it was like 8 hours long. It's 14 and a half hours now. Oh, 8 people like it. Perfect.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, it's so hard. I was obsessed with the one from Demon Slayer by Lisa. Long before I even watched Demon Slayer, I was listening to that one on repeat and I knew all the words before I even watched Demon Slayer, and that one's pretty good. But you know what? I'm gonna have to. I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link in here. It's the one from My Hero with Eri. About a Voyage is what it's called, by Sayuri. That one was super cute. Like I don't know. Maybe it was like the violin opening. Because like it started off kind of like, yeah, we're doing something kind of slow. It's going to mean something. And then it's like, bam, we're here.
Have you ever listened to a English remake of that one?
No, I haven't.
Pretty sure you'll like the translated lyric too.
Yeah? I'll have to look it up.
Actually, here's the one that I'm a pretty big fan of right now.
I don't know that one.
We'll see how good you are guessing this one.
If we start playing a name that anime off the openings, we'll be here all night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Who agrees with me that Naruto season 1, opening 1, absolutely horrible?
Yes, it's bad.
Like, okay, so 3.
It was ridiculous.
That one was. Who did you say it was a cross between? Who is it? Like, it's so typical late 80s, early 90s rock. Like, come on.
Oh, it was pretty bad.
Like, and the worst part is the opening didn't reflect what happened in that season arc. It had nothing. Like it's nice when the opening tells a story or reflects the arc,
but doesn't give everything away, because
Yeah.
some do give everything away, and it's like,
Oh,
seriously?
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this a movie trailer now? What are you doing? Don't give all the good stuff away.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
tell us
why
everything.
I like the Konosuba openings because it's a fun song. Machio is a great artist. Or is that how they pronounce it? I think it's pronounced Machio. Machio.
Speaking of
Mach-
Machio, there's Muscle Man Machio.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, hold on. I'll have to find a link. But I want to finish with Konosuba. Every opening for Konosuba tells a story from start to finish. Like, it's a story of one of their adventures that they go on as a team for their guild. So like it's its own thing, but also gives you an idea of what the characters are like. Because like Kazuma is just chaotic. So like
all of them are chaotic.
yes, that is correct. Darkness is kind of the most chaotic of them all, I guess, but Kazuma's got the most common sense out of them all. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you've been stuck on this opening for a while.
yeah.
I love the dance that they do in it, and I forget what show that we watched recently that it also had them doing that dance.
Miss Kobayashi has Dragon Maid.
Yes.
Yes. Like, yeah. We were on something, but I wanted to finish about Konosuba. Oh, Muscle Man Machio.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, one, that's another one of your favorited opening songs.
That is just my gym song. That's on my workout playlist.
But
'Cause,
that's
like-
also an OP, and the that has really good content for what's in store for the show and gets you ready for the show. But as was mentioned in one of the podcasts we listened to, drops basically a spoiler of what otherwise would be a great moment in the show.
Yeah. Let's, because like when that scene came on, when that scene came into the anime, it was kind of like, well, we've already seen that. Yeah. It spoiled that surprise. But like when you look at the opening for how heavy are the dumbbells that you lift, and you listen to the exercises that they list off, that is a full workout, like full body workout in there. Like, but I mean, how can you not watch an anime about working out and then not be like, yeah, let's get pumped? That's why it's number one on my gym playlist.
I just realized I didn't have Konosuba on my mal.
You know? Ah, that's unfortunate.
I'm electing to change my favorite opening
Okay.
choice. I put it in chat there.
Okay, let's see.
Uh,
Oh, yes, Change the World.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that I always remember about.
oh,
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood opening 1. I grew up watching Full Metal Alchemist, and then I finally watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm so glad I did. I didn't finish it, but I'm so glad I started watching it. Did I finish it? Wait. ADHD brain, let me remember. Did I finish Brotherhood? I may have.
So
Don't have
the
to check.
spoiler in the one that we were talking about, I just linked it in here from the episode. It's right in the opening. But it's typical of like all the big bodybuilder, a lot of bodybuilders wish they could do, just be like, wow, rip right out of there, just Hulk out. That's what the word I was looking for. But it gets even better because as the show goes on, the girls just start getting less and less like, okay, Machio, like that's cool. You can Hulk out of your shirt. Bye.
So weird.
The last one that I sent?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Machio
just,
shirt ripping compilation.
yeah, that's what he does. He'll be talking about working out because he's a personal trainer. He'll be talking about working out, and then he'll be like, muscles. Whoa! Like, but the opening for that anime is pretty good though. And like, it's another one of those shows where it like Breakwater Fishing Club and Dr. Stone, where they actually take a moment and like explain to you different exercises and stuff and like what you should be doing, and every episode ends with here's an activity that you can do at home, let's do it together. So it was a very different take on a sport anime.
Yeah.
Like, let's classify weightlifting as sport because it can be very competitive.
It can
Well,
be, yeah.
they do at one point get into like a bit of a lifting competition in that. So
Yeah. But like it's nice for some of those animes that can break things down to describe it to you in a way that everyone can understand, and then everyone kind of gets the knowledge of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that are a bit educational rather than just here, watch these people do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
No, we're actually going to teach you something today while you're being entertained.
Yeah. It's like, that's one of my other favorite ones. Science types fell in love and tried to prove it. They do something similar where they talk about like different things of like essays and different study techniques, and when they're doing like research studies. Let's say, oh, here's a good one on my list of things. Who is the perfect cute anime character, and is over cuteness a thing? This is one that Drew mentioned last week. Can a character be overly cute?
Yes. When they take like character and they chipify them for like a couple instances in a show or whatever, that's just weird.
That's my favorite part.
See, I had one character that I mentioned the other week when this was brought up. I'm just gonna try to find her here.
I can't pick a perfectly cute character because a lot of characters have their individual things that make them cute.
Yeah.
And well, I'm like that one guy in that anime podcast that I listened to where I like cute. I am a moe raccoon. Call me trash panda, I am Moe Trash Panda.
Here we go. Da, 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 da.
What one are you thinking of?
There we
Oh
go.
my god, yes. Listen to me, girls. I am your father. She is so cute. She is adorable. She's
So basically, the uncle of these 3 girls, their parents die in an accident while they are staying over his place. And the family wants to split them up and everything, and he doesn't want to see them all get separated. So he decides as a college like freshman to adopt them. And he only has like a bachelor apartment. But yeah, the youngest one is like just getting ready to go into preschool and is just the epitome of cute.
yeah, she's 3 years old and in kindergarten and like does everything that kids do that is so cute. Just I miss that age. Like it was a sad story, but there was enough cuteness that it wasn't like a sad story that I would have to be like, I can't continue watching this. But like she's so cute. Yeah. Yeah, it was a cute story. So Drew, what's your take on the subject? Or you're probably away? Oh.
Sorry, I'm currently making bagels.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, just made some homemade bagels, so yay.
Ooh, what kind?
Plain, because
Plain.
I'm a plain variant.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with plain bagels.
So I slightly missed the subject, but what is up?
We're on one of the topics that you suggested last weekend that we talked about. Cute characters, and is how cute is too cute, or is there such thing as too cute?
Okay. So
I posted up the link to the character I told you about there last week that you kind of gushed over a little.
Oh yes, I remember this character. I'm gonna go for the one. Well, this one will be missed by both of you, but there's a character from Bleach. She is adorable, but she is a murderous psychopath.
Okay. This isn't Gasai, is it? Because she's not really adorable.
For us to know, she's not in Bleach, but
Just give me a second. I will see if I can find her.
Rukia?
Oh heck no.
I just dropped a link to Hina's super cute moments.
This character who I'm about to link in as soon as I figure out how to drop pictures, but you can't drop pictures in here, can you?
No, you can't. You can drop the link to the picture though.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't use Zoom enough to know how to do this stuff.
Copy and paste.
Yep. While he's figuring that out, Chibiusa.
Oh my god. Yes.
Ew.
No, she's too much of an arse to be to be really cute.
Oh no, she's an absolute asshole.
Oh, she's
I absolutely loved her when I was younger. So
she gets to a point where you're like, she's overstepping boundaries, like
left, right, and
right off
center,
from the
yeah.
bat. Like
Yeah.
she just dropped out of the sky into Momo's lap and was like, "Oh, I
And
love
then-
you."
And then pulled a gun on Usagi. At least
Yeah.
in the reboot, she
Yeah.
pulls a gun.
I think
like-
she did in the first like the first version. It's been a while. I have to pull out the DVDs and watch them.
I don't remember if she does or not. I just really like her because when she gets corrupted, she's an absolute badass.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Pink Lady is just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Yashiro is super cute. I got a link here for some cute moments.
I love how the entirety of the chat is just links.
Yeah.
Well, there were supposed to be other people able to join into the chat, but
Yeah. No one showed up. What does this look like? Oh, that is Bleach. What?
And her whole backstory is just what the hell.
Just drops in on this one piece here in this clip. She just drops in on this old man who's just making matcha, and she just pops in, "Oh, hi," drinks it all and takes off. And I'm like, why would you give a kid matcha? I did it once by an accident. That was a terrible. Was it matcha or something else? Can't remember. Do you remember, D. Sully?
what was the question again? I'm watching this Bleach clip.
Oh, giving a child a caffeinated drink, because like that one clip there, she steals a whole thing of matcha.
Ooh.
I think it was matcha that we accidentally gave the little one once.
No, it was a refresher from Starbucks.
Oh yes, that was bad.
Where they put like green coffee extract in it.
Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't.
It worked out that time because she wasn't feeling too good in the morning. She was kind of like she had a bit of a cold going on, sort of thing. After that, she was good.
Yeah.
Okay, I might
Yeah.
have to watch Bleach just for this character. We'll see.
Do you care for spoilers to know a few things?
Please tell me she doesn't die.
Technically, she's a figment of somebody's imagination.
Wait, okay,
that's
you know
okay,
what?
that's fine.
That's still better than her dying. I wouldn't. If cute characters or good characters die, I'm so heartbroken I can't continue on. And I'm kind of glad that Your Lie in April ended. The last episode was when she passed away, because as soon as episode 13 started, I was like, she's gonna die. And I was like, if she dies before the whole show's over, I can't continue. And they dragged it out another 12 episodes. And I was like, that was painful. And I was like crying the last 3 episodes. Like, yeah, that was a rough time, right, D. Sully? That was rough.
Yeah, but you're a mess when they put any emotion in an anime, so
I have to Google shows so that I know if they're going to be a happy one or a sad one, because we were watching Clannad, and we got through the first series of Clannad. But then I was like, okay, what's up with Clannad 2? Let me just take a quick little sneak peek at what the story's about, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not watching that, so I'll leave it off on a happy note and I won't finish the whole thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing with horror movies. If I'm going to be watching a horror movie in theater, I will literally stand in line with the synopsis open and I will read through it, because there's certain things in horror movies I can't watch, and if I'm just like, nope. If it's in there, I'm like, nope. Okay, I will go watch a different movie, or I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, like that's why I'm obsessed with the slice of life animes. Like my favorite Amazon Prime one, Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku. It's so good. It's very real in a sense that it reflects kind of like the real life or the real situations that people would face in their day-to-day life. It's relatable as an adult. Because like, well, D Sully knows about Wotakoi. Have I talked about Wotakoi with you, Wild?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's on Prime. It's about this girl who's a big otaku, or what is called now a weeb. But she's an otaku, and she had been hiding that she was an otaku because like a lot of people think it's weird, like when you are really into anime and all that, which I mean, there's still that stigma to it to this day. Like some people, because my whole thing is the anime shirts, and there's still some people are like, you like anime? So yeah, she hid it from her work and her boyfriend that she was seeing at the time, and then he found out, and then she just quit that job, got a new job, moved to an entirely different city, and ended up working in a place with one of her childhood friends who knew she was an otaku because he's a gaming otaku. Like he's obsessed with video games. So it's just all the different adventures, because eventually she's like, I will never get a boyfriend because I can't keep hiding that I'm an otaku. And he's like, well, you could date an otaku. And she's like, haha, that's funny. And then he's like, do you want to be my girlfriend after like a little bit? And she's like, will you come with me to Comic Cat and be my bag carrier and stuff? And he's like, yep. She's like, you're hired. So like she hired her boyfriend's childhood friend to be her person to go with her to Comic Cat. And it's just all the different adventures where they're like hiding that they're otakus from the office, which is so relatable because with my last job, I was doing the same. But towards the end, I just didn't, before I left, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to like what I like.
Yeah.
Here's another thing, because now that I'm looking at Wotakoi, animes that were made into live action. So, and even like movies, like animes that were made into live action movies and stuff. Because like I've seen the Dragon Ball movie. That's all the experience I have with Dragon Ball that I can remember vaguely. But I hear it's so deviated from the anime.
Yes. Yeah, it from what I've heard, I haven't watched it. From what I've heard, it is very much deviated from the anime, and it's probably not the best introduction to Dragon Ball, honestly.
Yeah. But like Wotakoi is one of my all-time favorites. It's my feel-good anime that I'll watch. Like if I watch something bad before bed, I'll sometimes throw this on just as an episode, just because it's cute, it's funny.
Yeah.
But like, what animes do you think should have a live action? Because I shared something on Facebook this week.
Should have a live action.
Because there's been talks about a live action for My Hero Academia.
That's going to be difficult to do.
Oh, it absolutely would be.
I find the biggest things for live action remakes of animes is like generally there's not the budget there to make anything big and over the top. So like a superhero one like My Hero, it'd be pretty hard to like get decent.
Yeah, because it's not like Marvel or DC. They don't have the budget for it.
Yeah.
And you would need that type of budget in order to actually do it properly.
Whereas one that we just watched, Way of the House Husbands, like that's
Oh my god, the live action is great.
the live action was great because they were essentially able to do it like cut for cut from the anime. And it's all regular stuff, so there's no crazy CG or anything that they'd have to work with.
Hear me out on this. HBO should have the rights to My Hero Academia,
Oh, yes.
and we should have Game of Academia.
No, that just sounds terrible.
No.
No.
Hey.
But if HBO did do a live action My Hero, I'm thinking the quality of Game of Thrones would be the right start.
Yeah.
Because they could, it would be like, I like the DC, or not the DC, because I don't really watch DC, but I like the Marvel movies and the Marvel universe. But if I was to see My Hero live action, it would have to be amazing, and HBO always does amazing work with their stuff.
But hear me out on this. Best scene that we could ever think to have, a red wedding scene from My Hero Academia. The villain just invite everybody, and we have the red wedding scene where everybody's just like, "No, Deku."
No, no.
Okay, if you wanted to do the Game of Academia, well, first off, All Might would get killed off like very quickly.
It's Ned Stark.
But he'd have to stay alive just long enough to be able to pass on his quirk. But so yeah, somehow between like the first episode, they have to do that, which
Yeah,
it'd be terrible. Hilarious
I feel like
for fans.
I feel like we now need to do like bad crossovers with like best animes.
no. Like,
oh, come on, think about it.
No.
Breaking Bad with Full Metal Alchemist makes so much sense.
I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple background characters that are already doing that.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist.
I forget the name of that doctor that ran away and hid, but he was definitely the type that came to mind right away.
Or even movie adaptations. We could have Rocky Balboa versus Saitama.
Like,
but the whole thing is like, well, Rocky loses and then goes on a workout montage, comes back to win, but he'd just lose again.
Hey, Rocky, you gotta get stronger. What do you mean I'm fighting Saitama? I just give up. I'm not gonna win.
Listen, you just gotta do 100 push-ups, sit-ups, and squats a day, and you'll be good.
Oh, God.
Like, oh, I found the post on Facebook. It was should The Rock play as All Might in MHA live action film? That was the post.
If I could have real world, I say Randy Savage, but sadly Randy Savage has passed.
Randy said, I don't do wrestling. Gotta Google him.
Or even Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan would work very well.
Oh, I do know Hulk Hogan. He would fit. But like the thing though with the character playing All Might and Small Might is you have to have two different versions of them. So they'd have to look similar. You'd have to have like scrawny guy, and they have like over here Justin Bieber. I think that's Justin Bieber as Bakugo. In the picture, it looks like Justin Bieber to me. I don't know who that guy is. And they got, I think that they tried to put Emma Stone as Araka, which that would kind of be good. That would be great. I don't know any of these other actors.
That's what's his face?
I can't remember their names. I don't remember. And yeah, then they have just like a suit of armor to mimic Ida.
Yeah.
Not just any suit of armor though. It is like I think it's the Monty Python suit of armor.
It is. Yeah, it's a Monty Python suit of armor, yep.
Oh, I just saw on this webpage here.
Michael Cera, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's I knew I've seen him in things. I just couldn't think of his name.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know who they have as Bakugo there.
If you look down in the comments,
Jojo.
they're showing this one thing. If they make One Punch Man a live action, they need to cast Jason Statham as King. I'll drop the link for that. But like,
I'm seeing that there.
yeah, I don't know the character, but that looks pretty spot on.
Oh, I'm reading down further on that same thread, and someone mentioned that having John Cena in there would be great. Keanu Reeves is Aizawa.
Yep, I saw that.
Yes,
He
absolutely.
he totally fits your type, so.
Yeah. But John Cena, okay, have you not been following some of the stuff that's gone on? John Cena is a big fan of My Hero because he's tweeted about it. He's like dropped different things on
Deku.
Yes. He's put things for My Hero on his Instagram. So like John Cena should play All Might. That's my opinion on that. Like it would be I feel like he could play All Might just right. Like
He definitely could. Someone also put Chris Hemsworth as All Might.
no. what if
Someone's joking there to have John Cena play Hagakure.
Can't see me. Yep.
well, there's a lot of people joking that he's Hagakure's dad.
Well, if you look up if you look up the Philosopher's Stone,
Oh yes.
people have edited it in, so John Cena has now a cast credit as the invisibility cloak.
What?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm the one who showed that to you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wikipedia already changed that, but let's jump forward to cast. Like, yeah, I'm entirely certain it wouldn't have taken long to change that. Yeah, it's been taken out, but yeah.
That's great. Jesus.
I see here one of my favorite new mangas. The trailer has been released for the anime that is starting this fall. So my senpai is annoying. There's a link to the article. So, talking about the manga or manga becoming an anime, which do you guys prefer? The manga or the anime for what you've watched or read before?
That is a hard one. It really depends on the series.
Yeah.
I haven't read enough of any manga to be part of this conversation.
Oh.
I have the first 12 volumes of Naruto. I'm missing like volume 11. And that's all I have for that. So like
But how is the manga compared to the show?
Less detailed depending on what, for Naruto at least.
less detailed, but not enough to make a huge difference. Honestly.
Okay.
The show does the episodes that aren't filler do very closely follow the manga.
Okay.
At least for the first like little bit of the manga I have. The episodes only start becoming filler after like episode 90 or so. And then they're just pretty much all filler until like the last like 10 episodes or whatever.
Well, I guess the anime podcast I listen to, shout out to Anime Out of Context. He did say that you could spend half an hour reading or an hour reading to get through an hour worth of filler to get to the good parts.
Yeah.
So I guess that's fair. Yeah, there's some animes that completely deviate from the manga timeline or the manga story. But sometimes it's just a matter of scheduling and whether they have enough content made to push more.
Yeah.
I know I prefer the anime because I don't know. I like because yeah, you can read the mangas a lot faster in a lot of things, but it's almost like you're just trying to cram the story. Whereas as long as it's a well done anime, you can take your time to kind of enjoy the story a bit more.
Yeah.
But granted, if you're like hell bent on getting caught up on something long like Naruto, you're better off just looking at the manga and crushing that because
Yeah.
you can get through several chapters in the span of one episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like it's nice. Like I've got high expectations for My Senpai is Annoying because I've got all the manga that's been released here in North America. And I really hope they'll kind of like, because the whole thing is it's a bunch of short comics, but it follows a story. Kind of hoping that they will keep with that. Kind of like Wotakoi, because I've all of Wotakoi as well, because those are my top two right now. Oh, and Snow White with Red Hair. Like they kept everything kind of like perfectly aligned for Wotakoi. I'm hoping they do the same thing with My Senpai is Annoying, but with Snow White with the red hair, they threw some things out of place towards the end of the second season. Because yeah, I didn't notice it until I started reading the manga and learning that this actually happened later. This happened in relation or because of this event that happened. And I'm not gonna say too much because I'm still lending Drew the volumes he hasn't read yet. But they did throw some things out of place in order to make it fit the second season, to make it end nicely. But they totally should have just continued on with that because it was a cute story. But yeah. Oh, we've been here for a while.
We have. I actually have to. I've got to be up in like 7.5 hours.
Oh, geez.
So
maybe,
yeah, and I'm I'm so tired. I feel drunk. So I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll wrap things up here and I'll shut down for the night and get on with our evenings or what's left of the night because it's like almost midnight here. So
yeah, almost midnight.
it's
watching more anime.
I will absolutely be watching more anime after this because I like to watch an episode of something before bedtime if I don't fall asleep on the couch.
That is absolutely irresponsible of you, as I am totally not watching Way of the House Husband again.
That one was great. But like, I only get to watch a couple of episodes of anime at night after the little one goes to bed, so it's kind of my guilty pleasure. Watch a couple episodes of something before I go to bed if I don't fall asleep on the couch first.
Also, I had a little bit of a injectable thought because a friend of mine actually had, what about an anime watch club?
That would be fun.
I would be 100% down with that. I can't sit and watch a show by myself. My ADHD will not allow it. The furthest I've gotten is Elementary, and I'm only 19 episodes in. I haven't watched it in 2 days. I'm starting to lose interest.
Oh no!
That's how quickly I lose interest in a show. If I don't watch it for a day or two, it's just like, what show? What are you talking about?
That would be fun to do, like introductory watch clubs.
Yes.
We did talk about certain anime that is better to watch alone, or certain anime that you should only watch with a group and not get caught watching alone.
Oh no.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. But that could be a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely think it would be fun if we were able to or even just get together outside of here and do a group watch of different animes so that we can kind of like see different things, because like we all have different likes and dislikes. I've definitely made D Sully watch some animes that he didn't want to watch because I thought they were cute, and I've watched a couple of things with him that I wasn't really invested in, but
that would be, I think it would be a great idea just to have like a potluck like style. Like we just bring something to eat, and then we could, like, let's say each pick a show. And then either a short one or introductory, and then we go like, hey, as a group we vote maybe we should watch this like maybe once a week or something like that.
Well, we can probably set that up on Discord just as a group if it like, because I can stream share or screen share on Discord, and we could do that outside of here. Have it for like the private group, but yeah, we could totally do watch clubs, because watch clubs would be great.
I like that potluck. I like that potluck idea. Everyone bring a snack. Everyone bring an anime.
Yeah,
and you can do themes too. Be like, this week, everyone's gonna pick like their worst anime.
Oh,
and stuff like that. I think
Oh man, there was one.
I feel like I'm the one that's gonna struggle with that. I don't watch a lot of anime.
That's okay. Like, we've all got something that we don't like. Like, we would definitely be bringing that ballroom to the weekend where the worst anime. We would definitely be bringing the ballroom one to that one. So yeah, we'll definitely look at doing a watch group. That'll be fun.
Yes.
Or we could watch like my absolute favorite thing. What I've made my girlfriend watch with me is a compilation of Metal Gear Solid movies.
Oh my god, no.
I didn't even really know they had movies.
They don't. It's on YouTube, and it's nothing but the cutscenes and the gameplay all together to make sense. It's like there's like a 12-hour one. My girlfriend's like, we are not watching it. I'm like, yes, we are, because you're gonna realize why I love this series so much.
Oh,
gross.
Poor girlfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for her.
It's okay, because now I have friends to do it too.
Oh god.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to set something up in like a private Discord server for watch parties, because that definitely sounds like fun. But yeah, creeping up on midnight, we should all start getting ready to head to bed, because some people have work, some people have children, some people have chores. It's early morning chores and stuff.
Some people are just going to be irresponsible and watch anime till 4 o'clock in the morning because somebody doesn't work tomorrow. Yay!
Somebody almost passed out driving to work today, so I had to get some sleep.
All right. But yeah, so good night, everyone, and
yes, good night. This was interesting.
This was fun.
Very interesting.
And I finally figured out how to use Zoom, so it's great.
Woo!
All right.
All right.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
How do you exit out of this now?